chances are your attention span is shorter than a goldfish. Hit the like, subscribe button, and pay close attention. You'll be glad that you did. There is no need to be jealous or hate on anybody else or be envious of anybody else. You do that long enough, next thing you know, you wake up having dreams of becoming a serial killer and feeling powerless, okay? Now, how you feeling today? Okay, so I was watching a video, listening to some people speak, and I had this thought. Now, it seems to be a regular thing that people feel jealous of other people when they see someone with the success that they want, when they see someone who has reached a level of success at a younger age or with less struggle or something like that. A person tends to feel jealous or envious of them. I have never felt that way. Not that I remember anyway. I don't feel jealous or envious of other people. Now, I have had the feeling come up that I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I need to be with my goals, or where I've envisioned that I would be at this time with my goals. That doesn't make me envious and want to have or covet what that person has, but it does produce negative feelings within myself about me. You know, my thoughts are, why am I not there? And what I immediately do is focus on that person's success. When I see a person celebrating their success, it makes me feel happy. Them celebrating their success doesn't make me feel sad. It makes me feel happy, almost as if success is still going around. Mine's is coming. It makes me want to empathize with them. So it helps pull me out of the negative self-thoughts and doubts and me coming down on myself and feeling depressed within myself. And it helps me to pull me out of that dark place to be able to celebrate with that person that I'm watching celebrate their own success. It helps me to empathize with them and to feel that success and to celebrate in that success with them as if it is my own success. It feels like manifesting. It feels like it feels easier sometimes than waking up in the morning and imagining that I am living that life that I want to live, that I'm already there in the fullness of it. I've already reached my goals and actually feeling as if it has happened. It's easier for me to watch someone else and their success and live, I guess, kind of vicariously through them, and to feel their joy and to feel their excitement and their celebration of success. So in that way, I can be happy for them and happy for myself too, knowing that I would, if I can feel that good, imagining how they feel, then imagine how good I will feel when I actually achieve it for myself. So it helps pull me out of that negative feeling. So if you are a person who feels powerless, because maybe you haven't achieved the things that you want to achieve, no matter what you've tried or how hard you've tried or whether or not you've even tried, that seems to be irrelevant to those negative feelings that come up. They still come up either way. So if you are one of those people that have experienced these negative feelings, next time you feel those feelings like, oh, I hate you, or I'm so jealous of you, you know what I'm saying? Like, one tactic that I've noticed people do is to say it in a joking, lighthearted way, right? And on one hand, it seems to make the other person feel good, um, that someone is jealous of them, or at the very least, they're laughing along with the jealous person, because they're laughing and saying it in a lighthearted way, not in a malicious way. And for the jealous or envious person, it seems to kind of lighten that load to not hold it in. But it doesn't make them any less jealous. It just kind of clears the air, like, ha ha ha. And then it allows them to then be more honest with themselves, that maybe they haven't reached their goals yet. Or, that really what they want to know is how you did it. But none of that sounds good to me. Like, feeling these negative feelings isn't always a good thing. Sometimes it could be a motivator for some people who just don't want to feel those feelings anymore. But for a lot of people, it seems to, because a majority of the people in this country, and I would argue in the world, are not as successful as they would like to be. So that means that those negative feelings are really holding a lot of people back. That is just the few that is able to propel forward. So maybe it'll actually help, because it helps me. So maybe it'll help you too. I truly believe it'll help you too for these reasons, actually. Like, if it hasn't been working, it hasn't been working. And even if you use it to propel yourself forward, you're still feeling these horrible feelings. It leads to anxiety, it leads to higher stress, it leads to raised cortisol levels, which then deteriorates your health. So it cannot be good, at all. Even if you are somehow able to use it to push you forward, on your journey to reaching your goals, it's still not good. And that's probably a large reason why people reach their goals and still feel unfulfilled, because they're leaning into those feelings instead of trying to cure themselves of those feelings, right? Like, trying to get rid of those feelings, heal from those scars, from those wounds, because those feelings leave scars and wounds, right? It just festers, even if you are able to admit it and laugh at it. It's not good. And then you end up acting out of those feelings and doing little small manipulative, screwed up things towards other people, even if it means in social situations taking like verbal jabs at a person. You know what I'm saying? Like telling them that they're a pain in your back in kind of a jokey, kind of gaslighty kind of way. Like, it's not good. Like, those little petty things is not good. It actually hurts people over time. And if that is your goal, it says a lot about you. So the core issue of that is not taking control of your power. Ultimately, you feel powerless in those times because you don't know what to do to achieve the success that you want. And so it angers you that someone else is able to achieve it and you haven't. And now you're jealous because you want their success. You start to want their happiness and their joy. Like, you want to take it away from them. So then you do things to try to make them feel sad as if it's going to make you feel good. Joy is something that you can share because it's contagious, but it's not something that you can take into yourself from someone else in that way. Like, it's not an exchange. Like, you can't make someone feel bad and then all of a sudden you've replaced those bad feelings, that joy that they had, with bad feelings, and now you have that joy. No, now you may have like some sort of satisfaction, some petty satisfaction as a result of it, but it's not their joy. And you know it. That's why you still feel horrible, because you can't take that joy, but you can share in their joy. They can share it with you. And if you perceive it as When they're celebrating, they're sharing their joy with the world. So it's an opportunity for you to share in a bit of joy with that person. It'll wipe that dark cloud away from your head. It'll make you feel better, which would then allow your mind to operate a little bit differently and start to see your own possibilities. And then in that way, once you ask the question, either to yourself or to that person, well, how did they do it? And is there a way that I can apply those methods and steps to what I'm doing so that I can achieve my own success? Then you'll ask those questions in a different way, and your mind will start to work on how you can strategize and map that out for yourself. How maybe you need to readjust your plans, or maybe you're on the right track. You just got to keep going, keep doing those things. As opposed to, how can I take that joy away from them so that they are feeling as bad as I'm feeling right now, in hopes that it'll make me feel better? Because that's not a thing. It's impossible. It doesn't happen. And everybody that tries that, you end up seeing it doesn't happen. You just make that person feel bad. You become a little bit more sinister within yourself, being excited at someone else's misery, which then just makes you feel more miserable because all you see is misery around you. So that dark cloud is still looming. It's not good. And those who decide to just be that, those who make it up in their mind, whether consciously or subconsciously, that that's just how to be. That's just how they are. And it becomes their personality. They feel really horrible inside. They are empty. They lose what bit of life and joy that they have to even grow on, right? They lose that spark that could turn into their own flame of joy and fulfillment. And they just become these hollow people who try to steal joy from other people, who get pleasure out of using other people as their emotional punching bags to try to get some sort of satisfaction, because they learn to use that sinister sense of satisfaction to fuel them, to prepare them, to propel them forward. Because that's one thing about the human mind, no matter what type of personality you have. Existence wants to exist. You just want to exist and want to survive until you no longer want to anymore. And then even then, sometimes that's a way that a person perceives that they can survive, which ends up being suicide, which is really sad, because at that point they're really feeling sad and that there is no other way for them to escape those horrible feelings, and that that's the way to survive that negativity, is to escape this life and to live free of this life and this existence here in this physical realm. And that's so sad, because that's like a last point of trying to survive, trying to live and have life. So learn to share in someone else's joy instead of trying to take their joy, so that way you're not envious and coveting what they have, but instead you are experiencing a bit of the joy that you know you will experience once you reach the success for yourself. So in that way, you are renewing your hope. You are renewing your strength by sharing in that, and you are producing and fueling more love and more loving feelings, right? It comes from that foundation of loving yourself, because you don't want to have those feelings. You want to be successful. You don't want to feel powerless. So you take back your power. You control your power instead of trying to control someone else's power for joy and fulfillment, and success, or excitement for success, the pursuit of happiness. Instead, you control your own power to pursue your own happiness and your own joy and fulfillment in life. All right. That's all I got for that one. I hope it helped you. If not, listen to it again later when you're not upset and in your emotions, and I guarantee you it will help you. But in the meantime, hit like, share, subscribe, and go ahead and send this to some people, because you know some people that's been jealous of you. You know some people that you are really close to, that you consider a friend, that may, other than those little times because they're going through that one hard thing in our life, that they feel envious in those times. But other than that, they're a really great friend. Okay. Don't send it to any narcissists, because I'm pretty sure, and you can verify with a licensed psychologist, but I'm pretty sure you sending this video to them, to a narcissist, would only anger them even more and cause them to really do little petty, hurtful stuff towards you. So, yeah. Make sure your friend's not really a narcissist, because there are people who are not narcissistic, who do not have narcissistic personalities, that feel these ways, these type of negative ways. So make sure, like, it seems to be a normal human reaction. So yeah. And if you're one who can relate to me and that this is your natural response to sharing the joy with someone else, comment. Share it from your perspective. What helps you to not be envious of somebody else? All right. Peace. I wish you the best. Love you. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, whatever time you're watching this. Peace.